we're going to take you on our trip to Greece.
So it begins.
Yay!
We're off and running.
Yay!
Well, we first of all planned it way back in the March time frame, and we left the middle of May, actually the 9th of May, and then we spent 10 days there, so we came back the 19th. And we planned this really mostly on our own. We picked where we were going to go, the sites we were going to see. We did a lot of research ahead of time by looking at videos and studying the places that we thought were most interesting, the foods that we wanted to try, the sites we wanted to see, and the places we wanted to stay. And we had the help of someone who was in the travel business, and she really helped us quite a bit.
She was amazing.
So she planned the hotels, arranged transportation inland, whereas we planned the flights, both to and from Greece.
We're headed to the airport and taking an Uber, and my grandson is sitting up front, and he is so amazing. He actually has a translator on because our driver is Spanish, and he is actually having a conversation with him in Spanish. It is so sweet.
We wanted to go to Athens for sure because of the Acropolis, the history there in Athens, being the capital of the country. And being that we're also a religious family, we wanted to go where Paul has been, St. Paul. And so that was one of our goals, besides some of the other things that we wanted to do. So we left here, and our first flight was to Toronto, the first leg of the flight, and then we flew from Toronto to Athens. We spent the first night there in Athens, and we planned to stay 2 nights, which we did. But what was really unique about the hotel that we were in Athens was that the driver picked us up at the airport, dropped us off at the hotel, and he said he had to stop at the walkway because he couldn't drive up the walkway. So he just pointed around the corner and said, "Your hotel is around there next to the ATM machine. There's a little outdoor restaurant right next to the ATM machine."
We're trying our first restaurant. We just got to Greece, and this is called the Black Cat. We are sitting in this little, really cute corner street, watching all these people walk by, and we'll let you know how the food is. So happy to be here.
So we're in Greece. And we're at a restaurant. We sat down. We've got our hotel. We're just excited, aren't we? Right, Grandpa?
What's that?
Are we excited?
Oh, we're overexcited.
Yep.
We spent the night there, and the hotel did not have anyone on duty the whole time we were there.
So if you're a couple or a family that need to have somebody on duty, then that would not be the place for you to stay. For us, we were a little wigged out at first, but we're like, well, it's okay. We just slept there truly because we were out and about in Athens. And this hotel was right in the heart of, like, you would come down the stairs and go out, and then you're in restaurant row, shopping row. I mean, it was right like in this shopping mecca. We just walked down the stairs and there we were. And then on the very top floor, you had a spectacular view of the Acropolis and the Parthenon. I mean, it was absolutely breathtaking.
Getting ready to order, and I'm telling you, my husband and I are sitting here giggling. The boys are going to have ribeye steaks and appetizers, and my husband and I are just having beer. That's what we can afford because of our spoiled tag-alongs here. Oh, I love life.
How was the food?
Food in Greece was absolutely wonderful.
In Athens?
Well, in Greece, in Athens, we tried a lot of the vegetable dishes. Our one boy is a very picky eater, and he doesn't eat vegetables, but he sure loved the Slovaki. Cross chose the dinner, and when you walk in, you feel like you're enclosed inside a building, but you're not. This is open space. This is a real small street, and this is the name of the restaurant. Nice music. course, our boy was really loving the chicken kebab, so that's what he ate mostly on the whole trip.
But our experience with the food in Athens, we didn't have a bad dish. It was amazing. And then the servers were super friendly. They gave you, was it, what was the oompa, or not the Rocky or Ouzo for free at the end, and little dessert. All of that was free
like
at the
maybe
end.
a lemon cake or
Yeah.
something.
But Athens was really incredible.
We got up the next morning, found our way to get some coffee. We had an appointment at the Acropolis at 8:30 in the morning, and so our hotel was located at a street not too far off of the main street up to the Acropolis. But what was unique about this is once you started walking toward the Acropolis, it was about a 2-mile walk with I would say at least a good 10% grade uphill. So we walked 2 miles, which was really, kind of difficult for us elderly. 2 miles there, and then when we got to the Acropolis, we looked up and it was straight up. I mean, it's just solid wall of rock. But we found our way after a lot of looking around to where we were supposed to meet our guide, who was a wonderful person. Marcia was her name, and she was Greek, of course, spoke very good English, and she must have had some teaching background because she conducted this tour with about 15 people in a very educated place. She also stopped at one spot where she said that Socrates used to preach here, and which was very, very
Special.
amazing, special to us. But she told a story about the fact that Socrates only taught outside. He did not teach inside a building. And his wife was always nagging at him because he didn't teach in the building. So one time she was next to him when he was teaching and preaching, and she got so discouraged that she threw a glass of water on him, got it wet. Well, the students kind of looked at him kind of in amazement, and one of them said, "Sir, what do you think of marriage?" And I think he was pointing to the fact that his wife was a little upset. And he said, "Well, here's what I think of marriage. If you have married to a great woman, you're going to have a great marriage. If you're married to a bad woman, then you become a philosopher."
Barata.
Let's have a look.
So is 2 days enough in Athens?
No, it's not. We spent a good day going through the Acropolis and having meals. You need another day at least to see some of the museums, and probably a third day to see some of the other sites in Athens. And you could take trips outside of Athens to Olympia and some of the other very famous sites for the Greek history.
So all in all, we had a very good experience in Athens, but there were a couple of items that they could improve on. Like, for instance, being at the Acropolis and the Parthenon, that tour was amazing. It was super hot and no water, no concessions, nothing like that. So be prepared for that. You have to bring it. Very good walking shoes because the pavements are very uneven. There's rocks, there's pebbles. It's very uneven pavement. There's not a lot of railing. If you're older or elderly or bringing an elderly parent or disabled, it is very, you have to be very, very careful. It was unsafe
I wouldn't advise anybody that's disabled to try it.
It was,
and you have to be a sturdy walker to be up there. There were a lot of elderly people just
Right.
like us. And you have to take your time, but the crowds are very intense.
Yeah. Otherwise, Athens was perfect. So we're gonna next take you through the next island. So stay tuned.